all Warzone guns ranked from worst to best, maybe in the middle because I don't think they're ranked from worst to best right here. Here we go. Absolute dog water. For Warzone, I can't tell if this is the Cold War M1911 or the other one, but the Cold War 1911 is actually decent, but it's still D. You're not going to do well with it. Normal M1911, trash tier, unfortunately, for Warzone. Deagle, D tier, unfortunately. D is okay, but you'd never want to use it. B is off meta, A is meta, S is super meta. All right? M1014 shotgun, F tier, no one uses it. Double barrel, not bad, but still bad. It's a bad gun, no one uses it. AA12, actually decent, but I'm not sure if it's off meta. I feel like it could go in B, but I'm going to put it in C for now because I don't think I ever see people using it ever. So AA12 right there. Cold War AK, it's D tier. No one uses it. Warzone AK, it's D tier. It's okay, but no one uses it. AK-74U, off meta, but again, barely anyone uses it. The Cold War AK-74U. It's okay, but no one uses it. So it's going to go in C. AN94 is actually also off meta, but again, no one really uses it. It's okay, but it's just not worth using, really. Now, the AS Val is actually A tier. It's not... It's A tier, but not a lot of people use it, but it's actually meta. It's literally the best close-range weapon in the game. I think even better than the MAC-10. I think it's A, but not many people use it. That's the thing. I don't know if it's that takes into account. But the AS Val is actually like supposed to be the best close-range weapon in the game. It's pretty nuts. So I'm going to put it A. S is like absolute 100% everyone uses it meta still. Warzone Org. It's like off meta and no one uses it, but also it's not great. I don't see the point in using the Org anymore. I actually did it recently. It's not great. Basically, you can use C tier weapons, but you barely see them, and also they're not gonna beat the meta weapons. Right? Cold War Org. Now it's coming into the meta, and it's an off meta, but it does work. I'm gonna put it in B for now, but I might change my mind later depending on how it works. Because yeah, Cold War Org is good, but not many people are using it, and it is off meta. And I think more people use the Cold War Org than the AA12. That's the way I'm looking at it. AX50, C tier. Now people are gonna be mad about this because they're gonna be like, AX50 is good. It's like, yeah, but you have that every other sniper is better. Like SPR does everything the AX50 does, but better. Kar 98 does everything the AX50 does, but better. Sorry. So AX50, C tier. It's usable, but I wouldn't bother. Is this Warzone PP19? Is it? It's not even off meta. So that's going in the D tier, unfortunately. Like it's not even off meta. I wouldn't even bother using it. This is the Bruin, I think. Well, if it's the Bruin, then it's B tier. I can't tell from the picture. It's too zoomed in. If that's the Bruin, it's B tier. It's still really good. Not many people use it, but it's still like slightly off meta. It will assume it's the Bruin. Now the Bullfrog, dude. It's another weapon. Not many people use it, but it is absolutely meta/off meta. Really good gun. Super. I mean, I got killed by it earlier actually in that sweaty game, so you can tell it's pretty decent. Is this the Strela? Is this the Peeler? If it's the Peeler, then it's D tier. Sigma the Peeler? Okay. Peeler, D tier. Not that great. 2 RNG. Not that great. Yeah. If it's the Strela, we'll get to that later. AMAX. I think that's the AMAX. It's kind of hard to tell from the picture. S tier. If that is the AMAX. I think it is. AMAX, S tier. Absolute meta. Insane damage. Insane recoil at range. You can use it close range, long range, medium range. S tier. 100%. So good. SKS. It could even be F tier. SKS. I don't know. Is it even viable? I'm going to say it D tier. It's at least somewhat bad. I've seen people do videos with the SKS. It's not bad. Diamatis. Right now, they would have been A tier or S tier. I think they're B tier again. I think they're B tier again because the Diamatis since the nerf. They were S tier. Now they're back to B tier. So people sometimes use them. I still get killed by it, but it's still good. Oh yeah, I need to scroll up so you can see S tier. But I did, yeah. Okay. Then we got the. Oh, is this the DMR 14? You know what? I think it's still A tier. Was S tier. In fact, it was probably S plus tier before. But now it's A tier. The DMR is still. I think this is the DMR 14. Looks like it. DMR 14 A tier. Still absolutely smashes people. Even though they nerfed it twice, it's still meta. Absolutely. And then we got the Dragunov. Is it even? I don't think I've ever been killed legitimately by the Dragunov, apart from cheaters. I don't think I've ever been killed by the Dragunov ever. So absolute dog war. EBR again, same level as the SKS. If you really want to hate your life, you can use it. Not as bad as the Dragunov. Just way more recoil than a DMR 14, but still usable at the very least. FAL, B tier. It's still good. It's still kind of worth using. We got killed by it yesterday and we thought the guy was cheating. The FAL is still good. I'm telling you right now. It might even move into A tier at some point once people realize how good it is at long range. Right now, still B. Fennec. Now, I want to put the Fennec in A tier, but it's compared to the AS Val, no way. Like I think if you compare the Fennec and the AS Val, I think the AS Val wins every time. Fennec has the same issue, but it's got a small magazine. Still definitely viable, 100%. You can smash people with it, but ultimately, it's just not gonna work out. But you can still use it, but it's not as good as the AS Val. No way. FFAR S tier, 100%. This gun, I can't believe more people aren't using it. Absolutely insane. Like the damage, the recoil, the magazine size, the reload time, the movement speed, absolutely 100% FFAR S tier. Insane. Such a good weapon. Everyone should be using it, even more than the Mag 10. Anyway, moving on. We got the... Why can't I remember what this is called? I use it so little. Finn. It was okay. When people first discovered it, they thought it was B tier. I'd say it's C tier. It's on the level with the AX50. Why would you ever want to use it? There's so many other better options, unfortunately. The FAMAS. The Warzone FAMAS. Could be F tier. Could be F. I'm not sure if it's D or F. I don't think I ever get killed by the FAMAS apart from ground loot. Do you think it's F? I don't think I've ever seen someone use it legitimately in their loadout. The FAMAS. Normal FAMAS from Warzone. Yeah, I think it's got to be F. It's got to be. Gallo, the shotgun from Cold War. I think it is good. Again, I'm putting it in C tier. I've not really been killed by it, but I think people have said, oh yeah, use the Gallo. It's actually pretty insane. I personally wouldn't use it. Again, on the same level with the AA-12. You think the reload X there? I mean, I've not seen many Gallo loadouts, but apparently the shotgun's good. So I'm gonna take people's word for it. Grau. I think that's the Grau. For some reason they've picked that. I'm guessing it's the base weapon. Grau, A tier. Still insane. Still really good. Still absolutely meta. Not many people running it because there are better options in the S tier. But the Grau is still really good. Still amazing. Well, people still use it, dude. It's still good. I think the Grau is still A tier. I'd still use it at the same level as like a M4. And then we have the Grotzer. Now the question is, I think again the Grotzer and the Grau are really similar, at least to me. But at the same time, there is stuff wrong with the Grotzer. I don't know why its sights are off center for some reason. I don't know why the sights are off center. So it's like for me, it would be A, but yeah, it's not really. It is, but it is meta though. You can use it. The Grotzer absolutely beams people, but yeah, it's not quite there. Pump action shotgun from Cold War. I can't remember what the shotgun's called. A Hauer. Yeah, I would not remember that at all. Most likely F. The only reason to ever use it is ground loot, and I don't think anyone would ever use it. It slaps. It's still F. I don't think anyone's using it legitimately in their loadouts. HDR. Now, this is hard for me. I want to put it in A. I do want to put it in A because I think it is absolutely, like, it's still insane. But doesn't the LW3 just absolutely smash it? I'm putting it in A. Like, I'm surprised more people haven't moved on to the HDR, but it's still very consistent. So I'm going to put it there. But yeah, there is other snipers that are better. But the thing is, obviously, I'm going to be slightly biased towards snipers anyway because I use them all the time. Then we have the... Why can't I remember this one? It's the... Guys, I play Warzone every day. I can't remember what this gun is. It's with S or something. Holger. It's D. It's D tier. No one uses it. I've tried it before in the past. It's the rate of fire is too slow. The recoil's weird. It's just not worth using. Same with the ISO SMG. The ISO is literally the MP7 but worse, even with the upgrade to the 50 rounds. ISO, Holger, exactly the same. Useless. Javelin, C. If you know how to use the Javelin, you can actually wipe squads with it. It's not exactly meta, but the Javelin still smashes people. Okay, and up next, we have the Kali sticks. Now, this is going to be controversial. They are A tier because of how insanely broken they are. Not because of them being skillful in any way. Kali sticks are broken. The number of times I've been in fact, I think I remember. We got 1v3'd with Kali sticks in a building. What? I think they're broken. I think they shouldn't be the way they are, especially since they're the only melee weapon in the game that's like actually OP. I don't know. Anyway, no, I don't like them, but they are A tier, unfortunately. Car 98, S tier, 100%. I'm surprised I didn't get on it sooner. The Car 98 is literally the meta sniper, and even though there are snipers right now that have scope glint, and like the Car 98 has scope glint, and a lot of snipers don't. Like you could use the LW3 without scope glint. Car 98 is still best meta if you want to be competitive, and aggressive. Car 98, best sniper in the game. Kilo, still S tier, as far as I can tell. People are still using it. I don't know whether it's on the same level as the AMAX, but it's still very, very, very strong. You still get absolutely beamed by it. That is the Kilo, right? It looks hard to tell from the shadows. Kilo, still S tier. End of the day. Can't be complaining. KSP 45 F. I mean, I don't think I've seen it. Don't think I've seen it in Warzone a single time. KSP, low damage, low fire rate, low magazine size, pointless. M13, B tier. Not quite as good as the top assault rifles. Like, you're not going to be... Like, I don't think it's even as good as the M4. Some people would argue differently. I personally think that it's the TTK, or like the number of hits for the M13 compared to other assault rifles is just a little bit... Like, I'd say the difference is like minimal, but I would still put the M13 in B. I just don't use it as much. M16, Cold War. I assume... I've not actually extensively used the M16. I'm assuming it's going to be in B tier. Because again, like, more people are using the M16 than they are the Krig. And it's on the level with the Cold War AUG. And apparently it has slightly better stats than the Cold War AUG. I'm going to put it in B, but I'm only not putting it in A and S because I don't see anyone... I've not been killed by the M16. If it was that popular, maybe it will be. But right now, I'm putting it in B because it's about as popular as the AUG. So, there you go. M19s. Now, controversial... M19s are actually good. It's actually, like, when people put it in... I've been killed by the M19 Akimbo pistol a lot. Well, not a lot, like, a few times. M19s in Akimbo, pretty good. Like, unusual, but it works. Yeah. M19s, weird, but it's kind of coming into popularity soon. And up next, we have the Warzone M4. Now... Back in the day, it would be my S tier, but it's going in A tier. I use I love the M4. I don't think it's as good as the FFAR. I don't think it's as good as the AMAX. As much as I'd want to put the M4 in S tier for its recoil, it's very versatile, but again, I don't think these days you're going to beat an FFAR. No way. I think FFAR trumps the M4 all day. Is this the Stoner or is this the M60? D tier. I don't think it's even meta, M60. Slow rate of fire, and long reload, and not great damage. B tier. You can use it, but I would never. But like, I think it's better than some of these guns. I just don't think it's good. Slow movement, exactly. M82. Now this is hard. It's between C and D because the M82 is actually not bad, and I've seen people use it. I've seen people use it in the final circle. It actually dominates. If you put the right scope on it, it's got no recoil. You can two-shot everyone, which is exactly what happened yesterday. But at the same time, is it going to be, like, overall, are you going to be better off with a sniper, normal bolt action? Absolutely. Now, this is the M91. D tier. Same as the M60. You can use it. It's got really low recoil, the M91. But its damage is so low. You just feel like you're shooting someone for ages. You just feel like you're constantly hitting them over and over and over again. M91 in D tier. Mac 10. S tier. 100%. I mean, I don't know why it feels so good, even though apparently it's supposed to be less DPS than the MP5 and the MP7 and all that stuff. It's just insane. Movement. The iron sights are insane. Barely any recoil. Mac 10. 100% meta. Cold War Revolver. Dog water. Unfortunately. It's slow. I swear it's slower recoil than the normal revolver from Modern Warfare. And I don't know why. I've just realized I've been scrolled down again. Sorry. There you go. Sorry. It was off the screen, but it's fine. MG34. Actually, D tier. I'd almost think about putting it in C tier. MG34 is insane in terms of TTK. The damage on the MG34 is nuts. But again, there are better options for more versatility. And that's the same for... Oh, wait, the Milano? Is this the Milano? I think this is the Milano. F tier. Terrible. I don't know where people thought it was good. The Milano, the number of times I lose a fight with the Milano. Awful. Absolutely awful weapon. The M2 carbine. I wish it could go in C tier, but it's just not worth it. There's so many other better options. You can use it, but nah. I think it's still D tier. It's still viable. People used to use it as well, actually, legitimately, but yeah, it's just not viable. Cold War MP5. I've put the Bullfrog in B tier. I feel like the Cold War MP5 is D tier, but it might be A. I've not used it enough to guess, but I am assuming it's slightly better than the Bullfrog in terms of TTK and hipfire, and it's got the higher magazine, but it's definitely not S tier. That's for sure. You know, definitely not S tier. Still good. Warzone or Modern Warfare MP5 S tier. Right now, I don't know if this could move up or this could move down. Right now, the Warzone MP5 still seems to be pretty reliable. Or maybe, is it as good as the Mac 10 though? I feel like it might have moved down. I don't know. Is it on a level with these top meta weapons? It was S tier, but now we have the Mac 10. Maybe it's not S tier anymore. Yeah, I could say that. I would say it's not S tier anymore. I say in fact, it's still, but no one uses it. Everyone uses the Mac 10. Everyone. If you have a choice between them, you use the Mac 10. So it's not the best anymore. You know, these have to be the best of the best. Like, you win every fight with these, you know? MP7, it's still A tier. MP7 is still good. I think I would prefer to use the MP7 over some of these weapons. It might be B tier. But, yeah. MP7 for me, most people would probably put MP7 B. I'm putting it A. I still think it's really good. Odin, it's a C. Definitely viable. Off meta. Would you want to use it versus the current meta? Probably not. Still decent. You could still absolutely hold your own. Origin, these days, D tier. I don't think it's not completely useless. It's definitely not as good as the AA12 anymore. Origin, now that it's been nerfed, no longer very good. Was probably S tier or even A tier back in the day. Not anymore. P90. I'm gonna put it down here. I don't think it's meta. I don't see anyone using it. It's on a level with like the Origin now. I just don't see P90's high B, but no one uses it, dude. What does it beat? Like, I know that the M91s are on there, but I see more M91s than I do this. You know, I never see the P90. I see a pistol in people's loadouts more than I see this SMG. I'm just saying, you know. That's what I'm saying. That's my choice. Maybe it could be C, but, you know. I just don't see it. Pellington. It's C tier. I thought it was going to be good compared to the other weapons before we got the upgrades because the other weapons were terrible. Pellington, sniper. There's so many. Literally, the Kar 98 beats it in every way. What's the point? You know, what it beats it everywhere. The Pellington. There's just no point using it. The bullet velocity slow, the damage, whatever. Is this the Strela? Or is that the Peeler? Or is that the thing? I can't tell. If this is the Strela, I'm putting it higher. What is this? It looks... What is this? That's the Peeler. Well, then it's going with... I don't know. I've never seen this being used, so I'm just putting it here. Good versus vehicles, but no one would ever use it. It's not terrible. You can get kills with it. Like, I feel like these are like barely... You can hardly get kills. This, you could definitely do something with it. PKM. B tier. As I said, you're going to be like, oh, it's probably A tier. Yeah, but the reload ruins it. The movement ruins it. It's still really good. The PKM's really good, but no one uses it. It's just not, you know, it's not as viable as other weapons. So it's just kind of like, yeah, you could use it, but it's just not all the way out there for me. Is this the L86? What's it called again in this game? Why don't I remember it? Oh, it's not. It's the QBZ. Is that the SA8%? Yeah, but it's the QBZ in this game. D? It's just not worth using, really. It's like an AK. Like, yeah, you can use it, but what's the point? Ram 7. What do you think? Ram 7, S tier? You don't think it's S tier? You don't think the Ram 7, which is, by the way, people are choosing to use the Ram 7 over the Kilo. Come on now. Ram 7 basically beats the M4 in every way other than magazine size. People are using this in tournaments, dude. The Ram 7 it's a god gun, dude. 100%. Hello, Kitty. You can pick the weapon. What's this? What is this? How do I not... Beretta? What is it? This is Warzone, apparently. I've never used this gun. Renetti's. Okay. Renetti's D. I can't tell from the edge. Renetti is the same, yeah, I know. But no, it's D tier. Used to be maybe A tier when they had the thing before they nerfed it, but it's D tier. Oh, well, this is the problem now. Now everything's off the screen, so we're gonna have to scroll down and scroll back up again. Does that work? Yeah. Things are gonna go off the screen, so it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh god. Warzone revolver. With Snake Shot, it's D. With anything else, it's F. Or maybe even C. With Snake Shot, it's probably C, but I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I hate everything about the revolvers in this game. Awful. Right. Controversial. Shield, B. It's actually good. I'm surprised that a shield meta with a primary weapon, like M4 primary shield secondary, hasn't taken off. It's actually good. Kali sticks and shield, exactly. I think, like, don't get me wrong, I hate it. I hate the shield when you have to face someone. But think about it. In the tournaments, in the Twitch Rivals tournaments, they're using shields on Iron's team because they can literally survive and win games. So as much as I want to be like, oh, shield's garbage, it works, dude. And it works against good players too. You know, controversial. RPD, D. No one uses it. RPD, nah, no point. RPGs, again, unfortunately, they're B tier because they do work. As much as I hate it, the RPGs do work and they do kill you and they will one-shot you sometimes or two-shot you. I don't know if the Cold War or the Modern Warfare one's better, but they do work. They are actually meta. If you put them in your loadout, you'll get some kills. But whether they're B tier, I don't know. Don't know about that. Rytech AMR D. I think the Pellington is worth using more than the Rytech. I don't think it's F. You can definitely do so. You can smash vehicles with the Rytech. It has a use in Warzone, but other than that, nah. L86. What's it? Is it called L86? If it is, I have never, apart from maybe ground loot. Is it the L86? This one, SA87. Right. Yeah. D tier. No one used it. Could be useful. No one used it. No. Just no. Scar. C tier. Actually good. It's not terrible. You could use this as a meta weapon. It's just the magazine size. If the Scar had a 45 round mag, people might actually use it. The R700, aka the SPR. Now, I want to put it in S tier. And I wish it could be. I don't know. Because if I put this in S tier, I also feel like I have to put the LW3 in S tier. You see? I think these days I would pick it over the HCR though. I think it is S tier. For now. For now. Hitty, no. We're almost done. We're so close. We're so close to glory. M60 again. D tier. Same as the other M60. I think this is just... Wait, that's not the M60. That's the Stoner. Wait, if that's the Stoner, hold on. Stoner. B or even A tier. I don't know about A tier. I've not used the Stoner enough, but it could be full meta. Well, if we're saying Stoner's A, we're saying that the Stoner is full meta along with the Bruin. Are we saying that the Stoner's better than the Bruin? Are we saying the Stoner's better than the Bruin? I'm willing to putting it. I'm putting it at the top of A. I'm just not sure, or the top of B. Sorry. It's basically a Bruin. I'm keeping it at the top of A. If there was a point between A and B, I'd put it there. Personally, I don't think I've used it enough to know. Striker shotgun. B. I think the striker shotgun's good. I've used it. I've picked it up from someone's loadout. I wish it maybe again could be top of A, pushing into the meta. Hold on, it could be A, but it's B. It's usable, but nah. Now that's the Strela. Here we go. Controversial again. Strela B, same as the RPG. In fact, the Strela. I'm surprised the Strela hasn't been more of a meta. Strela's nuts, dude. It might even be better than their RPGs. I'm surprised more people haven't clocked onto that yet. Strela is really good. But again, is there other options that probably get you more kills? Yes. Warzone UMP, I can't remember what they call it in this game. Again, it's so bad that I would never use it. I don't think I've ever legitimately seen someone use the striker. I think the problem is the magazine size. Like, if they made it a bit more, maybe it would be worth it, but slow fire rate, slow everything, it sucks. Another thing. M79 grenade launcher. C. It is good. I don't think it's quite as good as RPGs, but it's really good. I don't know if you've actually tried it yet. If you pick up the M79, you can just down, especially ground loot, you can down people pretty good. It might see some work in Rebirth. I think some people use it in Rebirth because you can just pop it around corners. But yeah. Now this will piss a lot of people off. LW3. S tier. And I'll tell you why. S tier right now. And I'll tell you why, right? S tier right now. It's S tier right now because it has no scope glint. If you use the right scopes. It has the fastest bullet velocity in the game. Its place is the long range sniper. It's like the best long range sniper and mid range sniper, and because it's currently bugged. Once they maybe fix the scope glint, it might move down to A. But the fact that it has no scope glint, 1,250 meters per second bullet velocity, the ADS speed is faster when you use the secondary scope, fast reload. It's really, really, really good. And if you use it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Warzone or Cold War SKS, same with the other SKS. Oh no, this is the Type 63. Type 63, actually not bad. Not as good as the DMR14. Way too much recoil, but Type 63, actually decent. Not bad. Now this is a hard one. Uzi. Modern Warfare Uzi. I think it's got to go in D. But some people would argue differently. I don't see anyone actually having fun with it or using it. I don't even know if it's viable. Is it viable? D for Dog War. I'm going to put it at the bottom of C because I think it could be used, but no one, like, it's like the AUG. You could use it. It is possible. I have been killed by it, but I don't know. Same with the VLK. The VLK just kind of phased out of existence. People were like, yo, this gun's cracked, bro. But in reality, no one's really using the VLK, so VLK, C tier as well. As much as I think it could have been B. VLK sucks, yeah. This katana, I feel like it's just a skin from Cold War. I've never seen it. I don't know how it works. Now the Glocks. I've put the M91 up here. I don't think the Glock should be with the M91. Oh, sorry. Yeah, the M19, sorry. Pistol. I'll put it at the top of D. And it is the first gun you use. But ultimately, I don't think it's that good. It is alright. Top of D. But it's not as good as the Akimbo M19s, you know? And then lastly, we've got the XM4. XM4 is on a level with the AK-74U. Yeah, you can use it, but you wouldn't want to. Like I think they're almost on a level, the AK-74 and the XM4, but the XM4 is slightly worse. But you can still do stuff with the XM4. It's just, you know, you just wouldn't want to. Actually, do you know what? I'm moving it here. XM4. I don't think. But then again, I don't know. XM4 nerfed. Well, they did nerf it as well. But there you go. I think we covered all the guns. Is there anything they missed in the list? Because they always do this. There's always like one weapon they didn't get. Is there any weapons that they missed? SPR's here. SPR's S tier for me. Normal AK. Now they got the normal AK. I think that's a reasonable tier list. You know? I think that's not bad. People can't get mad at me. But the thing is, what happens is, I'll make this into a video, and then they'll change the meta in like 2 months. And then people will watch the video in 2 months and be like, what? Kilo doesn't deserve that S tier. It's still pretty meta. I'd say so. Where's the Grau? The Grau is A tier. Yeah. Anyway, that's the tier list for now. You can argue in the comments and in the chat. But that's what I think of the Cold War and Warzone weapons in today's market. Bang. Video done. Like and subscribe for more tier lists.